You guys, good morning. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. Hope you guys had a nice weekend, and hopefully I got back to all of your emails, texts, calls, everything. If not, please follow up with me one more time. You guys have been doing some amazing follow-up with me, and I really appreciate that. As I was out a day and a half last week and over the weekend, at my best friend's wedding. So congratulations to her. Maybe you guys know her because she is a local veterinary technician in South Florida. So maybe some of you guys with pets even know her. So congrats to her, and thank you guys so much for allowing me to take that time. I really, really appreciate it. I was the maid of honor, so I had some big responsibilities that I had to fulfill, did a speech, all that lovely stuff. So super grateful. And again, very grateful that this position even allows me to take, a day and a half off like that to be there for my friend who I consider her a sister at this point. So thank you guys for bearing with me on that. But welcome everybody. Good morning. And don't worry, you guys, Anish will pop in, but quick introduction. My name is Alexa, COO here at BPM RIA. That is Broward Palm Beach, Miami-Dade Real Estate Investors Association, your only local chapter here in South Florida that is partnered and in compliance with the National Real Estate Investors Association. As you guys know, we came back from the National RIA cruise a couple weeks ago, and I sent out an email to all of you guys just kind of, recapping our experience, but also letting you know that they did record the sessions that were on the conference. So those are going to be available on nationalreia.org. So that's awesome news. So please go look out for that email or send me an email if you can't find it, as well as the pre-registration link for next year. So we linked that in an email to you guys. I want to say that was sent to you guys on Thursday or Friday of last week. So look out for that. And if you can't find it again, make sure you get with me and reach out to me. But I do want to thank you guys all for coming on this webinar. Anish and Harry are going to dive into this great topic today, which is, I just love an easy three-stepper. So we're going to talk about the three-step blueprint to closing your first real estate deal in 90 days. And as you guys can imagine, how are we going to even discuss this in a 90-minute webinar? Well, wait till the end to find out and see. But we have Anish Dave in the virtual building. We have Harry Diamond in the virtual building. And just to get us started on a great positive note, this is going to be our very last raffle opportunity before this weekend. So if you're available this weekend, if you've been trying to win this raffle for the last month and a half, please enter. All you need to do is text the word Quick Start, all one word, no spaces, to our event line 954-800-6961. So go ahead and text that word to that number you see on the screen. I also put the details in the chat for you. I will announce the winner at the very end. So good luck. And again, last chance. So if you know somebody that needs to be in here, send them the Zoom link and get them in this webinar right now. I'll be popping this information in the chat for you guys throughout today's session. So good luck. And that's a $695 value, guys. So that is pretty awesome. All right, upcoming events. As you guys know, we have a ton of upcoming events right now, and I'm always adding more events to the calendar. So please take note of the website, bpmreia.com. We have an awesome workshop tomorrow with Next Million Mastermind that will be at the Total Wine Pembroke Pines. So all of my Miami-Dade people, West, South Broward area, you guys are all, please, more than welcome to get to that workshop. All you need to do is RSVP. There's a link to register yourself so that you are locked in. There's limited seating for these events, you guys. So hopefully registration is still open, but move quickly. I highly recommend moving quickly. 6 exclusive AI tools to skyrocket your real estate investment success is what they're going to talk about tomorrow at Total Wine. I'm sure there's going to be some wine involved as well. So I hope you guys have a great time. Get to networking, get to meeting people, learning. And again, This is not going to be strictly real estate investing focused. This is for all of my entrepreneurs and business owners in this community. Invite your friends, but make sure you RSVP. I wanted to also give a shout out to this event that's happening with Drea and one of our Next Million Mastermind members, Cynthia, on Thursday. It's going to be a free webinar from 11 a.m. to 12:30. And if you're into multifamily, you are definitely going to want to go to this webinar right here. So again, multifamily, woman, powerful, real estate investor, like you just got to go. So this weekend, like I mentioned, we have the quick start. So we'll talk more about that at the end, and I will briefly discuss it one more time for you guys because we are at the finish line, people. We are literally having this training this weekend. So we want to make sure you're in, you have the Zoom link, you have your booklet, and ready to go. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. both days, Saturday and Sunday, it's live. And then we have some awesome webinars here. We have some hidden real estate leads, no competition, big deals, free webinar with Next Mill Mastermind. Again, raffles, we're popping in raffles in these. And then right around the corner, again, we have our monthly meeting. You guys, time is flying. We need to take action. We need to participate in the events. We need to do the raffles and just get as much value out of these events as possible. This is how we share our value and expertise, is through our event. So we want to see you guys at all of these. These are all free except for our boot camp. And you guys know the easiest way to keep up with events, my favorite way to keep up with events, is via text. All you need to do is text BPM REIA, all one word, no spaces, and you will get those text notifications with the registration link. Super simple and easy. And I'm going to pop those details in the chat for you guys right now. And like I mentioned, 2-day quick start. It's happening this weekend. We're going to get into wholesaling, flipping, rehabbing. We're going to talk about AI. We're going to talk about, gosh, guys, retirement planning, like so many incredible topics. If you can only imagine 2 full days with our CEO and lead mentor, Anish Dave, so much experience, your guys' mind's going to be blown. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have the member pricing, we have the non-member pricing, so don't worry. You can still join this training if you're not a member. We have options for you, or you can get your membership and the member ticket and all in one sweep. We have that option available for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the link in the chat right now so you can go ahead and see who are the guest speakers on this training. What are we going to talk about? You know, what's happening. So go ahead and click that link in the chat. And thank you guys so much for responding to this poll. It really helps me understand where you guys are at and how I can help and get you into this training, because we won't have another one for another 3 to 4 months. So now is the time, you guys. Now is the time. We want you in. And best part is there's a money back guarantee. So after the first day, you absolutely say, this is not for me, you will get your money back. So we want to see you in there. It's a very, very safe training, and obviously all local experts in there that you will be connecting with, as well as the people in the training itself. So it's a good time, you guys. So members, as you guys know, you get all the goodies. You get the membership package through National RIA, all of those discounts to Home Depot, Millennial Insurance, Rent Perfect, Office Depot Business, the shipping, health insurance, all the things, as well as getting in free for our 4 quarterly networking meetings we have per year. Your guests come in for discount, half price, and special pricing for any workshops, paid workshops, national speaker events. So you guys must get your memberships now before our next quarterly meeting in April. I want you guys to get in for free, bring friends, and just have a great time. So we'll see you guys there. Last but very not least, one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA. Some of you guys may know that we offer a fully one-on-one coaching program. Some of you guys may not have any clue what I'm talking about. And for those people, I have a link on our website to book a call with me. I want to talk with you guys one-on-one. I want to share with you what programs we have available, where we put up 100% of the money for the deals and we split the profit 50-50. Get your own personal mentor, the software, everything you need to get started right now. So I want to get that brochure in your hands. I want to give you the full breakdown of everything that's included, as well as the pricing information. So please go book your discovery call right now on our website. Click the book a discovery call button, and I want to chat with you one-on-one and just get to know you guys and see where I can help fill in those gaps in your business or just get your business started in the first place. So I have this QR code on the screen right here. If you're interested in the third-party funding, if you'd like to fund your education, go ahead and scan that QR code you see on the screen. You will need a minimum 620 credit score, $35,000 verifiable income. It will be a soft credit pull, and you get the same day response. So if you do this now during business hours, you will get a response before the end of today. If you do this after hours, you'll get the response the next day. So go ahead and take advantage of that if you guys are interested. And I always want to take a moment to thank you guys for showing up today. Thank you to National RIA, all of our vendor partners on our website. You guys know they are all there to support you and your business. Please go check them out. I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now. We have affiliate links in there. We have discount codes in there. We have some special pricing. And as you guys know, if you're reaching out to these vendors, they are all investor friendly. And if you tell them, hey, I found you guys through BPM RIA, there's going to be a good chance they're going to get you the best service possible. So please take that in mind. They're there to help you. And we're all here to work together. So please go ahead and a couple housekeeping rules. Check out the chat box. I'm putting a ton of helpful links in there for you guys. Go ahead and put your questions in the Q&A section. You will see in the Zoom menu, there is a box or a button that says Q&A with a little question mark on there. So go ahead and direct your questions into that right there so we don't miss any of them. But thank you guys again for responding to those polls. I really want to connect with each and every one of you guys. So please look out for my calls, my emails, everything. I'm going to be, putting in the work this week to make sure nobody misses the training this weekend, because I can tell you guys without a doubt, there's always somebody that says, oh, I didn't know it was this weekend.
Yeah.
So spread the word, and we're here to help you guys no matter what. So thank you guys for giving me the time always. And Anish, Harry.
Yes. Thank you, Alexa. Appreciate it. And happy
Tuesday, Taco
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
All the days feel the same. I'm still on that cruise time from National RIA too. So thank you, Alexa. And of course, our team. So my name is Anish Dave, CEO of BPM RIA, formerly known as the Broward Real Estate Investors Association. You already know who our superstar is, Alexa Power, our COO. And also we have 4 mentors, Michael and Maddie, Taryn Ward, Denise and Lucian, and Harry and Victoria, and we have Harry on board today. So my background, in case I do see a lot of new names actually today. So my quick background, I'm a licensed real estate agent since 2004. I'm a licensed mortgage guy. I've been in real estate for 25 plus years. I grew up in New Jersey. So if you do hear some sarcasm, that's the Jersey side of me, or maybe it's the Indian side of me, I'm not sure, or the mix. I made a lot of money back from 2003 to 2008, right? So you guys know what happened from 2003 to 2008. Everyone was a great real estate investor. 2008 happened, and I went from millions to losing everything. How many of you guys, tell you again, I want to make this interactive. How many of you guys have heard of Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Put in the chat, because I'm always kind of curious to see if you guys have heard it. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So I realized I was on the path of poor dad. And, I said, shoot, I better do something. So I got my mortgage license. I opened up my own mortgage company. I started buying real estate. And as I was making millions, the market shifted and I lost everything. So I actually filed bankruptcy February 10, 2010. I spent well over $50,000 on a national program. Great information. The challenge was the mentors weren't local. The good thing that did happen was they said, go to your local RIA. I did find BRIA, the Broward Real Estate Investors Association. I took my last bit of money. I did their program, right? So my family thought I was insane. Spent a ton of money with a national program. Now you're going to do a local program. Fast forward, I was one of the top students in the old program, and I got to actually buy the companies for my mentors. And that's where I am now. And one of the things that, we always ask about, are you living your best life? My wife and I love to travel, been fortunate to travel throughout the world, and we still have a lot more places we want to go to. The other cool thing is some of you guys have met my dad at the BPM RIA meeting or the workshops. We get to travel also. We're big sports fans, so whether it's the Knicks games or the Yankee games or all the above, we get to do some fun stuff together. And it's this business that allowed me to do this. So Harry, do you want to give a little information on who you are, background?
Sure, absolutely. After leaving corporate America and having a farm market and country bake shop in Vermont, getting a lot of local and nationwide attention, being on the Food Network and Good Morning America, etc. Uh, After I left that, Victoria and I knew that real estate was an additional stream of income. So we joined a national program, spent about $50,000 into that. We learned quite a bit, but it was never enough to actually do a deal. So they did say go to your local RIAs, Real Estate Investment Associations, and that's how we stumbled across BRIA, the Broward Real Estate Investment Association. At time now has been rebranded to BPM, and through following the leader, because we didn't know anything about this industry, we just followed what Nish told us to do, and quickly, by coincidence, or probably not coincidence, but experience from the leaders, we shot up to be the #1 students in the Broward County region, and have had such great success helping others, homeowners, that we wanted to pay it forward and give back and become mentors as well. So we love to travel. It's one of the common things. Another common thing, the first one was the national programs. No one ever really did a deal. Some of you on this call may be experiencing that. But we also love to travel. And as you see in some of these pictures, we've been all over the place in Paris and Amsterdam and England and Ireland, Turkey, Greece, it's just Slovenia. There are so many places that we're yet to go, and we just have a lot of fun working together as a team, and we're all like-minded, so we all want you to succeed, which is very rare these days, that there's a group of people that want you to succeed like we do, versus everybody else trying to help you into the hole they just climbed out of. So it's great to have you on this call, and stay plugged in, because you're going to learn a lot of things, and we're glad you're here.
Yep. And so what Harry is also saying is that between the five of us, we've all done 5 national programs, and combined we did 0 deals in the national programs, and now we do this full time. The other thing is that Harry and Victoria have set the record with the most 6-figure wholesale deals ever at BRIA/BPM RIA. They've also done 7 deals that netted them well over $1 million too. So, there's something to this. There's a lot of money in this business. Some of the other things, I do work with the Miami Dolphins Business Combine. Stephen Ross, being a real estate guy, is the first NFL team that actually is doing something for their players, their current and past players, where they're teaching them educate entrepreneurship and, of all things, real estate. So I am their wholesale rehab expert. Same thing with the professional athletic community. They've actually coached or well over 500 former, current NFL players, baseball players now, and basketball players. So I am excited to be part of their organization, as the expert for wholesaling and rehabbing. The BPM student community, we do happy hours, barbecues. We talked about the National RIA cruise. This was us in Alaska. We just came back from another one, actually about a week ago, through the Caribbean. A lot of great information, lots of fun all the way through. Some of you guys know Grant Cardone. Obviously, he's all over social media. What I did like about Grant Cardone, again, he wasn't really my cup of tea on the social media end of it until I met him. Very nice guy. And what I did like about his passion for kids, to teach real estate to kids and real estate investing too. So it was pretty cool to meet him and meet his daughter, Sabrina. I was also the first guest on Money Chat. And for me, it was pretty awesome. Trina Robinson. Again, I was the wholesale rehab expert for Florida. So that was pretty cool too. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a quick video of what we've done this past year. And before I do that, how many of you guys need to make more money in 2025? I want to hear a yeah, buddy. I always want to make sure everyone's still alive when they're listening on these webinars and tuning in. Right? Okay, a couple of you guys. Okay, not everyone. All right, all right. How many of you realize that there are some things that you definitely need to sharpen up and learn, and if you don't learn, it's going to cost you money? Give me a yeah, buddy. What's up, Julio? One of our students. He's got a big deal going on. Yep, Nadine. Okay, yep. And how many ultimately understand nothing's for free, and you'll have to invest in yourself at some point? Give me a yeah, buddy. I just want to make sure. I know some of you guys, listen, I've been a culprit on webinars where I have it playing in the background. So I just want to make sure that you guys are alive. And so for the next hour or so, what we're going to do is we're going to show you our 90-day blueprint. I'm going to talk about our coaching program and why you're going to want to invest in it. And then I'm also going to talk about our 2-day quick start too. So I'm going to go ahead and play this quick video, and then we'll get started.
This is one of the best programs I've been a part of. The support is outstanding.
I encourage you to join this association. Your life will be changed.
Anish and everybody that was part of the BPM RIA they were just wonderful. They are very knowledgeable. They were helpful. They were patient, kind, very good teachers, very organized. Everything was just it was a great quick start seminar.
Never mind. Wait for me to go.
BPM RIA, Anish and the team, they are amazing. I have been a corporate member of the BPM RIA, formerly known as BRIA, for probably almost 15 years. And being part of an organization like that is just amazing when you get to see the people's lives that they're changing.
Hey, what's up? This is Avery Moss, former New York Giant, former Miami Dolphin. Recently, I got to finish up this PAC event where it was a group of professional retired athletes that got together and we're trying to figure out the next chapter of our life. Just hearing them talk, going through everything, like instantly, I was inspired by the guy. It was like a light bulb clicked above my head like a cartoon. And thanks to Anish Dave, I can say furthermore, I'm going to go through this process and get into real estate, stop messing around and actually do it, because I feel confident now of knowing what exactly what I want to do after meeting him and getting a base knowledge and seeing how things are.
Position. Grab the seat of the chair. The seat.
There you go.
Should be on the corner, should you want to. All right, you're going straight to the floor, not at an angle, straight up and down. You're going to see the straight to the floor. Touch it once.
You're gonna
Touch it twice.
destroy that shit, dude.
Touch it a third time. Explode!
And I have to say, they're an exceptional bunch of people to work with. How to use a technique, creative financing, how to get rid of liens. Don't hesitate to join, work with them. They will definitely help you get through the roughest times.
Never mind.
They put up all the money for the deals. They're there with you, make sure all the paperwork is right. You know, they're not going to leave you alone on this. And yeah, I recommend this.
BPM RIA program, it's definitely changed our lives. They funded our deals.
They can't go wrong with other people's money.
Exactly. You know, they funded our deals. They got us into real estate. They held our hand the whole way through, and just really, the most amazing thing is we literally have these guys to. It's nothing for us to pick up the phone and call Anish and be like, "Hey, look, we got this deal. What do we do?"
They're not going to let your deal fall through.
Yeah, so that gives you a good idea of what we've been up to at BPM RIA. And so let's kind of get into it, right? So the problem, why most new investors fail. What are some, go ahead, put in the chat. What are some of the reasons that you guys have not done a deal? I'm always kind of curious. And this is for the newbies. I know some of you guys have done deals and maybe you're not doing enough deals. So put in the chat, one of the things that it's stopping you, right? Is it lack of funding and capital? How many of you guys, I don't have the money for the deals, right? Some of you guys are saying funding, yeah. Fear of making mistakes. Harry, how many times I remember, I don't want to overpay for this. I don't want to do this.
I was
right? That was
terrified.
definitely me.
I was terrified.
Terrified is my other favorite, right? No step-by-step guidance. What do I do next? Right? How many times have you been stuck and said, I don't know what to do next? Do I get it under contract? Do I do what kind of contract do I use, right? Information overload. So Harry, I know you were in the same situation I was when we did the national program, obviously separately, the information overload. You want to talk about that a little bit? And
the national program taught, fire hosed us with so much information about how to do everything. So we learned a little bit about mobile home parks and Airbnbs and regular real estate, commercial real estate, storage facilities, how to buy buildings that Walgreens and CVS were interested in. Everything soup to nuts. They taught us all this information, and it made us sound like we could do it all. And that was the biggest problem. I got suckered into it. I bought everything. Maxed out.
Well, you know what? Like here's the thing: is like I'm not gonna like I kind of want to change the language. I don't want to say you got suckered into it. I mean, I've done it. But the point is, you're looking to do something big for yourself, right? So many of you guys, and you don't have to tell me. I know some of you guys. I see some of the names have done a national program also. Don't let that be a death sentence. Don't beat yourself up on that end of it because for me, it got me to the RIA. I would have never heard of a RIA. And fast forward, now I own it and I get to teach. So the progress is also big. And I do understand why you said, hey, I was in this program, but it would have never got you into a RIA, I would say, right? Like that's all the bigger pockets. They all tell you to go to your local RIA when it comes to it. For me personally, same thing. Monday, I was going to wholesale house. Tuesday, I was going to rehab house. Wednesday, I was going to add an addition. Thursday, I was going to do a seller financing deal. And Friday, I was going to do something else, right? So that's one of the things that what we don't want is the shiny object syndrome. So for us, we know how to wholesale, rehab, all the above. That's the low-hanging fruit is what I'm going to say, right? So there are a lot of techniques out there. So what we talk about, the opportunity in real estate right now, right? The market shifts equals new opportunities. How many of you guys have seen the market change a little bit? Meaning you can't find deals. Or if you're rehabbers, right? Your stuff is staying on market longer. What you have to do is you have to go after different kinds of deals. Off-market deals equals bigger profits. What would you say, Harry? I mean, almost all your deals. What percentage are your deals off-market?
Probably 99% of them.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna show you what's out there too. So our deals at BPM RIA, we like going to the source, is what we're saying. Creative financing. So creative financing, no money out of pocket, right? So there are different ways to get creative financing too, right? And real estate equals generational wealth and financial freedom. How many of you guys want generational wealth and are looking for financial freedom? I want to see in the chat. And if you're not, that means I always joke about it. You don't like your family then. I'm kidding. You can always leave it to me. You can leave it to Harry and Alexa. We'll take it. We'll take it. Right. So what, because we get that question all the time, right, Harry? Is this a good time to invest in real estate? And our answer is always absolutely. And the reason is because we're doing deals. So I think it's always important that there's never the perfect time to jump in, if that makes sense. People are still gonna, I hate to say it, be in foreclosure, divorce, health problems, all the above. So our 3-step blueprint to closing your first deal, right? Step 1, finding profitable deals. Sounds pretty basic, but how many deals that we've seen or people actually sent to me and they're not profitable, right? And I love my realtors. Remember, I'm a licensed real estate agent, and they're always saying, hey, Anish, this house is worth $300,000. You could get it for $280,000. It's not profitable, right? And the rent numbers don't make any sense. So that's the first step, right? Then securing the deal, getting it under contract, the analysis paralysis end of the world. How many guys are analysis paralysis people? I was, right? It took me weeks, it felt like, to analyze a deal. Not weeks, but days. And by that time, guess what? Someone else got the deal, right? And then again, of course, closing and getting paid, right? It's simple. 1, 2, 3. Find the deal, secure the deal, and get it closed, right? Pretty simple, right? So for us, finding off-market deals, MLS versus off-market. So I know I'll let you, Harry, talk about a little bit why you like off-market versus MLS, and then I'll give you my end of it too.
Well, the main reason why I love off-market properties is there's a lot less competition, and there's a lot more deals available off-market. So it was once explained to us, if you look at a pie and take a slice of pie, in the MLS, all of that slice of pie is all the properties that are available for sale, but the rest of the pie is all the people looking to buy those properties. But with off-market properties, it's completely reversed. That slice of pie now represents us, the buyers, and the rest of the pie is all the properties that are off-market available. So I'd rather go after that and have a lot less competition.
Yep. And so really, and I should have explained it in case there are newbies on it, MLS is multiple listing service that's listed with an agent. You'll find on realtor.com, Redfin, or if your favorite realtor looks for properties. Off market, they are not listed. And again, we're looking for motivated sellers, not distressed properties. Talk about it all the time. The best strategies to find deals, right? Driving for dollars. I know Julio's actually on this call. He's one of our students, and I'll let you, Harry's actually coaching him, so I'll let you talk about driving for dollars in general.
Well, Julio is amazing. Going to and from work, he takes different paths, and he finds these properties that are not off market, that are just there, and they're not listed, they're not off market, and he makes the deals happen. And he's had some multiple six-figure deals. Matter of fact, the one he's working on now that we have under contract looks like that's going to be well over a six-figure deal. So it's as simple as just knowing what to look for, and he's an expert at it. And
Yeah, so what you want to talk about, what are some of the things, the basic things when we say driving for dollars? You're driving neighborhoods. It should be in your farm area, right? As Harry's talking about, to and from work, to the gym. It could be anywhere, to the grocery store. You're looking for blue tarp, right? Blue tarp means there may be some roof issues, right? It could be an insurance issue. Overgrown grass, right? That could be something. Mail pouring out. That could be something also. My favorite, not favorite, is the big orange sticker. What's that, Harry? When you say big orange sticker when you drive by on a house?
Big orange stickers usually stop work orders, but I like the violations and other things, or condemned housing or unsafe structure.
Unsafe structure.
That's what you're referring to as unsafe structure.
And so the other option, right? And the answer is any of these could work. Direct mail. So what I am going to tell you with direct mail, if your response rate is 2% or better, that's fantastic. The other thing I'm going to tell you is if you really have a true direct mail program or marketing strategy, you got to have your KPIs, key performance indicators, how many mailings went out, how many response rates. Also, your mailings should be different. And what I mean by that is if it's a probate, right? You bought a list through probate, you're using REIFax. The probate list is going to have a different message than a pre-foreclosure list. So you got to make sure that you're tracking it differently. And what I mean by that is if you're in pre-foreclosure and you're not in probate and you get a probate letter, you're going to be confused. It's a waste of money. The other thing I'm going to tell you is you generally want to do at least 6 pieces of mail. If it's less than 5,000 mailings, I'm going to tell you, you don't have enough data to see what your return is on how many calls there are, what's your cost per lead, cost to contract. So it does add up. And again, we want to make sure you have at least 6 different mailings for direct mail. And again, you want to make sure you're tracking it. Cold calling, that also works too, where you have lists, you skip trace, and you're calling them. What I can tell you, driving for dollars or knocking on doors, it's tougher to say no to somebody when you're in person. It's tough. It's easy to say no on direct mail or not call. And same thing with cold calling too, right? So we're going to skip trace people, meaning it's getting more data attached to the house, right? It might be a mother, it might be a daughter, it might be a nephew or niece that might be on there. And then the online lead generation, right? So that could be pay per click. So what I'm going to tell you with pay per click, right? That's where you pay Google or even Facebook ads to buy when you put, hey, I'm going to buy your house. In our market, it is super expensive. That's what I'm going to tell you. And if you do get someone that actually clicks on it, it's going to be a pretty good lead. And the best analogy I use is think about if you want Chinese food and you say, okay, Google, what's the best Chinese restaurants near me? And the reason you want to do that is because you really want Chinese food. So if you really want to sell your house, then you're Googling it or you're clicking on the ad, it does work out. The other challenge that we also have is the organic way is SEO, search engine optimization. You're going to need a ton of content, and that's the long process. So again, these are the best way to find off-market deals in general. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna use ReaFax. So give me a quick second. Let me get back to, if I can find it, ReaFax. So how many of you guys know what ReaFax is? I'm just kind of curious. Put in the chat if you've ever heard of ReaFax. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay. Can you confirm you see my screen?
Yes, looks good.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so here's the question. So I'll pick Broward County. How many pre-foreclosures do you guys think there are in Broward County? Put in the chat. Put in the chat. Let's see. Too many screens open here. Let's see. How many guys, right? Pre-foreclosures. What are you guys thinking? Pre-foreclosure, they've been served, right? So let's see. Pre-foreclosures in Broward, if you could see it up here, 10,241. Yep, that is not a mistake. That's 10,241. The next question is, how many are those for sale out of the 10,000? For sale means it's listed with an agent out of those 10,000. Put in the chat. I want to see if you guys are still alive here. Okay, I got a 2,000. I got 685, right? Anybody else? What kind of numbers are you guys saying? Okay, I guess you guys don't want to find these off-market deals. Let's see, out of those 10,000, only 685 are for sale. Alejandro, you must have pulled the list while I'm talking to you. Alejandro is one of our students, so he cheated. But yes, so out of the 685, and again, this is not a ReaFax class, the green is actually for sale right now. The pink and purple mean they are under contract. So let's just see, out of the 650, out of, let's see, green, 497. Right, so that means 188 are under contract. So out of that means literally there's only 495 houses out of 10,000. So when you're a realtor or you call your realtor and you're looking for pre-foreclosures, guess what? That's all that shows up. This is why you feel like there's no deals. What about the other, I guess, 9,700 people or 600 people? Yes, some might go to foreclosure. Some might do loan modifications, but what about everybody else? What I can tell you, if you guys have been following us for a while, a couple months ago, it was only around 8,000. There's about 2,000 more people that have been served. And so what that means is, how do we get in this data? That's a list pendants. And again, we'll teach you all this stuff at the quick start. So that shows you how much opportunity. Let's pick something else. What do you guys want to pick? Do you guys want to pick probate? And do you guys want me to pick Miami, Palm Beach? Put it in the chat. I'm going to pick what you guys want, because people always tell me, oh, there's no deals. Okay, Marcelo, where do you, which county? Put in the chat. Miami-Dade. Okay, I'll do both. I see Jorge gave me a Miami-Dade. We'll do Broward first. 6,280. Okay, right? So how many are for sale? Out of 6,280. What do you think? How many are for sale? Put in the chat. Only 377. So, and again, let's see if we really turn whatever's green. It is really 250. So 250. Let's say 250. You're gonna make me do math. Out of 6,000 or so is what? 1 or 2%? 2% are for sale? All right. So again, how many of you guys feel like there's a lot of opportunity in your market, right? How many guys feel that there's a lot of opportunity? Okay. Yeah, some of you guys do, right?
Now
Okay.
it says my
some of you guys
speaker's
actually-
not working.
You what? I'm sorry, Harry. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on with Harry. I think he just popped in and out. I think he's having some challenge with his internet, so we'll have to figure that out. Harry, can you put yourself on mute, please? Thank you. So now we want to know, someone was asking me, what about Dade County? Let's pick Dade County. Miami-Dade, right? How many probates in Miami-Dade? 7,216. Let's see how many of those are for sale. All right, you're probably going to you're starting to see a trend. Only about 2% are for sale. 233. So it's even less. And if you really see the green, it's only 146. Wow. So you guys are starting to see that there's a ton of opportunity. And I know someone asked me about Palm Beach, so I haven't forgotten about you. Let's just do Palm Beach real quick. All right, Palm Beach probates 6,045. And how many of those are for sale? All right, let's see. Oops. For sale, search. 389. So you're seeing about 1 or 2% are for sale. I'll just do some pre-foreclosures real quick also, because I already picked Broward County. I just want to show you what's really happening in our market. This is the hidden market, right? So we're not looking at regular deals because of this. So pre-foreclosures, remember there were 10,000 in Broward County. There's 8,433 in Palm Beach. And again, you'll probably say only 2% are for sale. 469. All right, and then I'll just do Miami-Dade real quick. Pre-foreclosures. Right, 15,468. I'm telling you, like in December, it was around 12,000 or so, 13,000. It was insane, right? And out of those, let's see how many of those are for sale. Only 900. So there's what's going on with the other 14,000 people? Tons of opportunity. So when you join us on the 2-day quick start, we're going to spend well over an hour with Francisco, the founder of REIFax, and he's going to show you how amazing the software is. Also, when you're in our coaching program, I actually pay for this while you're in the program. So I just wanted to show you quickly how many off-market deals there are. Harry, you're back, I see.
Gotta love electronics.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that what we've noticed in general is that all the numbers, like, I don't know, like the quick end of it, Harry, I know you were in and out for a second. So the Miami-Dade counties went from, it was around 11 or 12,000 to 15,000 right now. Yeah, and Broward went from 8,000 and changed to 10,000. And then Palm Beach, I think we were at like around 5,000 and it went up to about 6,800. So again, all that tells me is there's a lot of opportunity. So let me go back to our slideshow here. Okay, So how many guys are excited about real estate now? Put in the chat about the opportunity out there. And again, if you're not, I'm a little worried. All right, Marcella, yep. So how do we analyze deals quickly, right? So we use, you might have heard the 70% rule. We actually do the 75% rule, right? And this is just to put up a quick offer. Obviously, if you walk a property with your contractor or you actually see it, it's going to give you, you'll be able to give a better offer price. And there'll be a lot of homeowners that say, hey, can you just give me your price without looking at the house? So again, we go deep into this on our 2-day quick start. So ARV after repair value. And our quick deal analysis example is, let's say the house is worth $400,000. We times it by 75% minus the repair costs. And then our maximum offer is $250,000. That's our quick version. Obviously, those numbers change. We picked, I know a lot of people use the 70% rule. Our market is pretty competitive. And in general, that 25% should be your profit. So I think that's always important for you guys. Again, that's just a quick way to analyze a deal. So locking in the deal, right? To build rapport with sellers. You want to talk about some of your best ways that you build with your seller, Harry?
Well, building a relationship with anybody and everybody is very important because people work with people that they like. So it's not always based around price. So homeowners, city code officials, whatever. And your whole life you're building rapport with everybody. So making them feel comfortable, knowing what's going on in their lives or in their situation in particular, makes them feel more comfortable to work with you, and you'll be able to negotiate better and make the right offer.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, right? Making the right offer, negotiating. Sometimes the offer, right, as we see this all the time. Oh, I could close fast. And sometimes, guess what? The homeowner doesn't want to close that fast. They've been living in the house for 20 or 30 years. Now what? Oh my God, you're going to close in 15 days? Oh my God, where am I going to go? We've had numerous deals where we've extended it 60 days or 90 days. They needed a place to find, right? They have pre-foreclosure with equity. So you want to listen to them, listen to their needs of what they want. So making the right offer is not always a dollar amount. It could be the terms also. Using contracts that protect you, right? So we use a FAR/BAR as is contract. I know the national guys out there that teach, sometimes they do a 1 or 2 page contract, which is fine. And when something goes wrong, as you'll see this weekend when you're with Kevin Thatcher and he's talking about assignments and double closings, he goes into why the FAR/BAR as is contract is important. We use the FAR/BAR as is contract. It's 13 pages. I forgot what many, the new 13? 13. Yeah, it's 13 pages and why we use it. And the key is if you're buying with the FAR/BAR as is and you're doing double closing, you want to use a FAR/BAR as is. Make sure the terms match, right? Again, I'm not against the 1 or 2 page contract per se. It's just a challenge when things go wrong. Also in our market, everyone has got a realtor friend, an attorney friend, title company friend, and they're going to say, hey, put it on a FAR/BAR as is contract, right? Some of the other ways to do it, right? Creative financing options. So on the weekend, right, we'll have a segment on creative financing, subject to deals, right? You might have heard of that in the past. So sub to deals is taking over existing mortgages. So why would you want to take over an existing mortgage from a homeowner? Put in the chat. Why would you want to do that? Or why would that be something valuable? What are some of the things that you're doing? Yeah, Rochelle, interest rate. Yep. So interest rate's important, right? What were interest rates, I don't know, 4 years ago, 3 years ago? If you were at our panel meeting in January, Danny Agagarin, he actually talked about The lowest finance rate he ever did during that time was 1.9%. So imagine you got it at 2% or 3%, right? Today's mortgage rates, you're looking at closer to 7 to 8%, especially for investors. What other advantages do you have besides low interest rate? What other advantages would you want to? Yeah, Marcella, yeah, no need to get outside funding. Correct, right? So what she means is also there's no credit hit, right? It's not on your credit. As you start building your portfolio, Fannie and Freddie Mac will only let you do a certain amount of loans as an investor. There's also, favorable terms, right? There's no DTI, debt to income, on that portion. You can buy it in a trust. You can buy it in a lot of different ways. It could be minimal money out of pocket, right? How many guys like minimal money out of pocket? Put in the chat, right? Minimal money. Yep, some of you guys, okay. Right? Obviously the credit hits. Same thing with seller financing. What are some of the advantages of seller financing? Put in the chat. What are some of the advantages of seller financing? Same thing, right? There may be no credit, limited cash out of your pocket, right? So we've seen Eddie Speed from Note School is one of our friends. And he was talking about some of the notes they bought, a $33 million portfolio. He said 1/3 had 0% interest and zero money down. Right? So that was pretty awesome. The other end of seller financing, not only for the buyer as investors, what are some of the benefits for the seller? And again, we'll be going into this in depth over the weekend. What are some of the benefits for the seller? Why would the seller want to do seller financing? What do you think? Silence. Everyone's like, oh yeah. They might get a higher price. You're right. There's also, depending on how long they've actually owned it, right? There could be some massive tax implications. Meaning, what am I going to do with this big money? They might like the monthly payments without the headache. Right? So some of you guys are landlords. I was a landlord, and sometimes I had some really good tenants, and then I had some really bad ones. Right? So seller financing is powerful also. Same thing with subject to deals. Again, we know how to do all these kind of deals, and it's basically in your arsenal, right? Lease options, right? Same thing, control property with little money. There's also sandwich leases, master leases. There's Airbnb arbitrage, right? So there's a lot of different ways that you could get into deals with limited cash. So lease options, the quick end of what lease options do is you're basically paying an option fee, non-refundable, not a deposit. And the idea is that you're locking in the price today, right? So you might do an option. Hey, Harry, I'm going to buy your duplex for $300,000 today. We'll do rent, I don't know, $3,000 a month is what we agreed on. My goal is, again, the option fee is negotiable. I might say, here you go, you could keep $5,000, right? And we'll do a 2-year option. So I've locked in the price for 2 years at $300,000. I'm renting from him at $3,000. He knows I'm not going to live in it. And my goal is to at least get $3,500 a month on the rental. So in between, I make $500 a month. Times 12 is $6,000, and it should cover my option fee. That's the goal. So in 2 years, if prices go up, I'm going to buy execute the option fee. So the pandemic, right? I know it feels like forever. It's hard to believe that the pandemic started March, was it 2020? I think, yeah. And so remember, almost 5 years ago, where the pandemic happened and no one was buying or selling. Everyone was panicking. So we do have one of the guys in my mastermind groups, Ryan Garrison, and he actually did 3 option contracts on his properties in Washington State. He said, "Look, I just want to lock in the price. I got some option money and some rent money." Well, I think his one of his houses, he had the option for close to 350, and the house wound up being what? It started skyrocketing. It was worth 460. So they exercised the option. And guess what happened? You know, he was kind of mad. 2 out of the 3 investor or people exercised the option and they got all the equity. The third person, he was happy couldn't get financing. So that time it didn't work for him. On the other hand, if you were the investor and you had the option, imagine getting all that equity. So lease options are also powerful too. So again, you want to start learning some of the creative financing just to have in your tool belt. What I am going to tell you is you have to understand the concepts really well before you try to explain it to a homeowner. Because they're going to be like, what does that mean? How do we do that? You're assuming my mortgage or you're taking over my mortgage? Big difference. We learned that on the cruise, how an assumption actually violates a lot of laws out there if that's what you're telling homeowners. So you want to make sure you do this correctly too. So, right, creative financing options. We've done deals and we have members and students and actually mentors also doing deals within 90 days by just taking over the loan, right? Subject to deals too, right? So it's important. So what we always tell you, right? The BPM RIA Advantage, we fund 100% of your deals. No credit, no problem. We put up all the money. How many of you guys love that? Put in the chat. And if you don't, okay, I don't have to put up the money for the deals if you don't want to, right? Yeah, buddy. Yep. And then the other thing that we do profit sharing, right? You make money on your first deal with no money down. I put up the money for deposits. If we do inspections or appraisals, I put up the money for those deals. If the deal doesn't go through, I eat those expenses, right? And then, of course, no more analysis paralysis, right? Take action and close deals. Get it under contract. What I showed you earlier today was that there's a ton of opportunity out there. And then the last part for us, right? You want to get to closing and cash the check, right? So we're selling to cash buyers. At BPM RIA, we have a email list or a cash buyers list of well over 10,000 people. All that means is if it's priced right, we could sell quick, right? So you don't have to build your buyers list. We've already done that for you. Also, we have different strategies, right? Is it going to be fix and flip, buy and hold, right? Or is it going to be wholesaling? It could be any of those. And I think that's always important for us because we understand the numbers. We teach you how to do this on that portion. So I think I think that's really important to learn how to evaluate properties. So when you wholesale, you leave enough room for other investors, right? And as I said, we do have a massive cash buyers list too. So I think that's always important. How do you make sure you have a smooth closing, right? Title company and due diligence. Kevin Thatcher, who will be on the Quick Start, is our go-to guy, as well as Arlie at Concierge Title. Also the girls in Miami too, Clarita and Synergy Title are also fantastic for short sales. They always have our back, right? You want to make sure you got legal compliance and you're using the right contracts. We got that covered. When you're in our coaching program, we write up the contracts in one of our company names. And then we also have a power team. Surround yourself with the right experts. That's from Carl Sheely, who will walk the houses with you for rehabbing. We'll have some true values on that too. So any questions so far on today? Which method is the best for you guys? Is it driving for dollars? Is it direct mail? Go ahead and put in the chat. Any questions that you guys got today? Right, so, okay, I got a question right here. Marcel, yeah, you have to try them all, right? Try them for dollars. Okay, some of you guys are trying for dollars. Some people are afraid of cold calling. One of the other things that we also added on the Quick Start is how we're using AI. So we're using AI big time from role playing, for marketing, and all the above. So I've actually added that on our quick start. Also this year, I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm even going to spend 30 minutes of using your self-directed IRA to talk about the power of Roth IRAs, even traditional IRAs, HSA accounts, all the above, and how to raise money for your own deals. So I know I'm the best choice for you because I go 50-50. Eventually, you're going to realize I'm too expensive. And what I mean by that is I want you to raise your own money for deals. You'll make a lot more money too. So, Harry, I know you want to talk about your favorite way of finding deals.
Well, I love finding deals on ReaFax. ReaFax is the system I use, that the team uses. You can program it to find any list you want, but my focus is on pre-foreclosures on the off-market properties. And about 95% of my deals have come through ReaFax. So I just love them. They're in 6 states. And the other 5% I'm getting from referrals from attorneys and code officers, etc.
Yeah, and so what we're averaging in our student deals on our wholesale deals pre-pandemic was $25,000. I'm going to call this post-pandemic. It's well over $40,000, and we've done like a record amount of deals that are well over 6 figures. So it's been pretty crazy what we've been doing. And so some of our success stories, right? So this was our student Violet, knocking on doors, pre-foreclosure with equity. And the key for her was, this homeowner was, she needed extra time. So number one, Violet knocked on the door versus just letters, right? Built that relationship with her. And also she didn't want to sign in front of her house because she's been living there for 20 plus years and she needed extra time. So we filled all that. We sent it out on our buyers list, and that was a $35,000 assignment fee. This one, Harry, you want to talk about this one?
This one here, actually a student found in a 55 and older. So in a community, the house person was deceased. It was an estate. She tracked down the heirs, 2 sisters who didn't want anything to do with the property. And turned out that we were able to create equity in that deal. And you can see the house has so much mold in it, but we didn't even touch it. We bought it and sold it in that exact same condition and netted a $61,000 profit. By the way, these are not HGTV profits. These are after all expenses. So this is what's in our pocket.
Yeah, and the thing for us, not only is it about net profit, so there's a couple of things that I didn't really touch on. So if it's a short sale, you actually need the cash, right? So the pre-foreclosures and a short sale, and for the quick definition, is where you owe more money than it's worth. And if you don't have the cash, you can't do any of those deals. So imagine all those pre-foreclosures with no equity, you can't do any of them because you don't have money to close. So you cannot assign the contract, right? So it is important to have money partners. Our students have made a killing because we could do those deals and most investors cannot. So this was an estate deal, 8 heirs, 7 of them agreed to sell it, right? And there's always the one that says he's going to try to rehab it, and of course he didn't. So it took a little bit longer than we wanted to. Mario is an elite student. We're going to rehab the house. And then we said, you know what? We had Carl Shilley come out, our contractor, and he said, man, there's a lot of problems going on in here that you don't know. So we wholesaled it, and we made $70,000. Again, these are student deals where the student makes 50% and they have no money in the deal.
This one here is Julio's deal. Actually, he found it again, driving for dollars, just passing by. About 10,000 cars pass by this house every single day. The guy was actually still living in that. Yes, he was living in that pile that you see there. Julio contacted the son. Son was very concerned about his father's well-being. We couldn't see the house from this angle. We had to clear everything out, empty the house out, solve the problems, $380,000 in city liens, which we got down to $3. And netted as is, just the clean out, we netted 138,000. Another Julio deal. You can see that boarded up houses are another thing to look for. Another hoarder house, and we netted quickly. This was double probate, 2 probates needed to be done. We cleaned it out because it looks obviously a lot better, and because of that small expense we paid to clean it out, we were able to get a higher purchase price from the person who was going to rehab this and flip it. So this one netted 110,000. Julio in 2 days, in 2 deals, excuse me, over a month period, he made over $126,000 on
Yeah.
those deals.
Yeah, and there's a couple of things that are really important on this also that we paid for the probates. So we're willing to pay for probates. Your mentor will work with you. As long as they give you the green light, I'll go ahead and pay for it up front. Again, we try to get the homeowner to pay for it to the heirs. If not, it's not a deal killer for us. The other important thing is Harry talked about violations. So if you're using hard money, they're not going to let you close with violations. They're going to want that paid at closing. Since it's our money, right, or my money and the money I raise, I'm willing to close deals with violations. Again, these are deals that have been sitting there for years that people just passed on, right? They didn't have the money or the know-how, the analysis paralysis. This deal, this is one of Harry's deals. Harry and Victoria, I should say.
This one here was upside down. The bank wanted more than what it was worth. Estate, the heirs were just going to let it go. And I convinced them to work with me, and we were able to create equity in this deal. And at the time, it was our largest profit. God bless the buyer's heart. We actually got the property for $171,000, sold it for $380, $360, whatever. And we netted $179,000 on that particular deal.
Yep, this is our student Davidson. This was a little unique. There were violations. The homeowner lived there. They had a roommate, or actually a tenant, I guess that was a roommate, that didn't pay. So we actually had to evict the tenant while they're living together. It did have a lot of violations, a few $100,000. We did get the violations down to 15,000, and we did get the homeowner to pay half of it. So we paid 7,500, the homeowner paid 7,500, and we wholesaled it and made $98,000 on this house.
Bottom line is, all these deals is when you solve problems, that's what we're getting paid for, solving all these problems.
Yep. This unsafe structure is also one of Harry's deals. And I always thought unsafe structure meant a tear down. It does not. It means no water in the house. Making it unsafe. Yep, Harry, you had to add something to that? Sorry.
Yeah, it's a minimum. If there's no running water in the house, the code considers it an unsafe structure. This one was a little more than no water running, but had a big problem. We solved those problems. The appraiser didn't even want to go in there. They flatly refused, and they had to get another appraiser to go in. This one here was kind of nice. I put this into my Roth, so this was tax-free growth estate. We did probate, found the brother who was estranged, hadn't spoke to his brother in over 30 years. When he found out he had the potential of getting something out of this, because there was equity in this deal. This was a pre-foreclosure with equity. He made money, and I put $1,000 down on my earnest money deposit and ended up with $145,000 tax-free with this deal.
Yep. Imagine buying real estate in your retirement account. These were 2 duplexes, same thing for Harry and Victoria. What I really like about this deal is, again, he put it in his Roth IRA. Once you start getting into this business, what you're going to learn is the first job is to make money. The second, to keep it legally, meaning lower your tax bill. So this was our record, or still our record, actually, $265,000 tax-free. So if you're counting, the 2 deals on his 1,000 turned into $400,000 tax-free. Not only do we wholesale, we don't mind fixing houses too. Again, we're going to be conservative on our after repair value. Why that's important is because we're seeing too many rehabbers not make any money. They've over improved and the market softened up, right? So on this fix and flip, we staged the houses also. And on this one, we made $53,000. We did the rehab in 45 days. So the rehab was pretty quick. The bones were great on this house. So this is another elite student for our elite students. I'll actually put up money for the rehab and we'll rehab the house together. Same thing, we cleaned it up. You're starting to see the same kind of staging, same colors, right? So this one was $67,000. Net profit, again, the student made 50%. We did the rehab in 30 days, FHA buyer. So FHA buyers, day 91 for the contract, right? For us, same thing. The bones are easy. Again, we're not adding additions to houses. I want you guys to know that, right? We cleaned it up. So this rehab, $167,000 net profit, and that's from beginning to end. This is a deal in South Miami. We had it under contract for $150. We did a Gaia construction report, which is well over 100 pages, and we got it down to $125. The sellers thought it was a tear down, which it wasn't. We actually wholesaled this, and our wholesale deal was $235,000. So you're starting to see some of the big numbers out there. I'm going to play a couple quick videos of some of our past students and what they say about us.
Hi, everybody. My name is Antonio Lopez. My company name is Antlop Investment Properties. And before I met Anish Dave and joined the BPM RIA mentoring, I had just a basic idea of what I needed to do in real estate investing. After I joined, aside from learning pretty much everything that was required to learn about real estate investing and to become successful, one of the biggest benefits that I received was the amazing network of people that were part of the club. Everything that you can think of, everything that you need in order to be successful in real estate investing, you can find it here at the BPM RIA. So thank you so much, BPM and Anish, for everything. I really appreciate it. I owe you guys a ton. And for you guys watching this, I highly encourage you to check out BPM RIA. It's the first place you need to, where you want to start your real estate investing journey. So.
Yep. And Antonio's now in our Next Million Mastermind group also. And actually, he just closed on a subject to deal with over $100,000 of equity, and it was about $30,000 out of his pocket too. So,
my name is Kevin Tyree. My company name is I work with BPM RIA. Before joining BPM RIA, my previous career I worked at the Port of Miami for 23 years, and I also was a buy and hold investor. After joining BPM RIA, I've learned how to wholesale, short sales, work with probate properties and things of that nature. Join BPM. Thanks, Anish.
Yep. So Kevin's been doing this as a longtime investor. He's wholesaled a couple of houses.
Hey guys, my name is Stephen Yu with MS Home Solution. Before joining BPM, my wife and I were always trying to get into real estate. We really didn't know how to get into this business. There was a lot of people who just talk the talk. We watched countless amount of seminars and webinars. We actually got a chance to meet Anish. And from that moment on, it completely changed our lives. We were very successful with the wholesaling business that we started, taking two people who had no experience in real estate and turning us into professionals in a very short time and becoming very profitable. So that is my biggest reason why I strongly suggest taking the time, get to know Anish, do some networking, find out about the program, and join the BPM mentorship program.
Yeah, and Stephen is a full-time realtor, pilot, sorry. And it's been pretty awesome to see him as a pilot still doing deals. So a lot of people in our program do have full-time jobs. Again, you guys know this is not a get-rich-quick program. Anyone that tells you real estate's get-rich-quick I would probably run from them. So your mentors will work around your schedule to help you get deals too. So we do have two programs. What I'm telling everyone to do is you want to book a discovery call. Our core program is wholesaling. Our elite program is wholesaling and rehabbing. One of the benefits for the elite program, it's buy one, get one free. So if you really want to do this with a partner, it's going to be, one of the things that you could start really build generational wealth. We're going to teach how to build self-directed IRAs. And one of the other things that's really important, there's 4 mentors and myself. So we only take 8 students per month. So we're a little bit different than any other program out there because we have limited seats for our coaching program. So the other thing that we talked about, our quick start that's happening this weekend. So what are we going to go over, right? We're going to talk about how to find off-market deals. We're going to show you how to analyze properties. We're going to show you how to structure your company, right? You want to make sure you have the right structure so you don't overpay in your taxes. We're going to go over creative financing. I'm going to show you how we use AI. We're also going to talk about double closings and assignments of contracts. We're going to have 4 guest speakers besides myself. Jose Ramirez, Advanced Tax Advisors. Carl Sheely, who's our contractor and a student. Kevin Thatcher, who also does assignments and double closings. He does well over 100 closings a month for local investors. And also Francisco Mago, the founder of RIAFax too. So I'm going to play a quick little video of one of our participants that actually just did the quick start and got a deal.
Hi, my name's Nicole Bergatti. I'm with Bergatti Properties, and I'm currently a full-time employee of CBRE. I'm events and meeting coordinator. And prior to starting the 2-day quick start course, I've always wanted to do real estate. I've always been interested in flipping homes and all that good stuff. And I knew Anish, and I knew that this is what he did. And he's so smart and he knows real estate so well. And so I went ahead and just took the course, and I am so glad I did, because a couple months later, we ended up closing a deal that was worth $42,000. And that's great money. And now I have a few more deals in the pipeline, and I'm super excited about my investing future. And that wouldn't have been possible without Anish and his team. And I 100% recommend that you take this course, get started, and do it.
Yeah, and Nicole's what she's talking about is $42,000 net profit, and she's actually in the Tampa area too. So, how many of you guys love 100% money back guarantee, right? So, when you do the weekend course, if you tell me after the first day, Anish, this wasn't for me, I will give you your money back. Right? So this is something you guys need to take action. We only have a few seats left this weekend. I believe we only have 5 seats left for the weekend. And I'm going to do something a little bit different also today, just because I'm still in a good mood from the cruise. So again, you always know, Harry, we always reward people in action. So the first 3 people that sign up today, you're going to get it for $197. That is correct, $197. And all you have to do is take out your phone, QR code, or if you're having a challenge, you could email Alexa at bpmria.com to reserve your seat. Again, it's the first 3 people. I do offer a money back guarantee. And then there is also one lucky person today that got paid and got a free seat. So Alexa, who is that lucky person that actually got paid today?
Alrighty, guys, drum roll. Our raffle winner for the free seat for the 2-day quick start is Marsha T. Congratulations.
All right. Marsha, there you go. All right, Marsha. That is awesome. So I am super excited to spend the weekend with you. We're gonna have a lot of great information. So some of the other questions I always get is it's cameras on, so it's gonna feel like a classroom. And we keep these events small. It's not gonna be hundreds of people either. So the idea is to keep it small. We make it interactive. We have breakout sessions. It's a lot of fun out there. Some of you guys have already actually, I got a couple of messages and saying, hey, I just want to go ahead and join the mentoring program. What I'm going to tell you is the book a discovery call. The quick start is included in your program. So I think that's always pretty important. And as you saw, there are a ton of opportunities out there. So you saw that, and these off-market deals, and if you have money and you have the right team, it's about time you start making some money. Treat yourself too. So, Harry, any last words you got for our audience?
Well, first, I want to thank everyone for being on this call. You know, plugging in is the first step to being successful. We have a lot of these going on. Last year, I think, was over 90. This year, I think there's probably going to be a couple hundred, but the way we're going at this rate. But you know, when you plug in and join, be a part of the team, you will see changes in your life that are completely unexpected, as Victoria and I have done. So.
Absolutely. And again, make sure you give us a 5-star Google review because that always helps us out to spread the wealth and knowledge. And as I said, you know, real estate investing can literally change your life. You've seen from me personally going from bankruptcy to being able to live the life I want to. So thank you guys for hopping on today. And I look forward to seeing you guys this weekend. Remember, it's the first 3 people, 197, guys. Got to be in action. That's all I got to tell you guys. And thank you, Alexa, for everything. And we'll catch you this weekend.
Thank you, guys. Link is in the chat. I'll send each and every one of you a thank you email as soon as we hop off of here. Like Anish said, we truly appreciate your 5-star Google reviews across the board. It just helps people find us easier. And you guys can't even imagine how many calls I get every day with people that have never heard of BPM RIA. So please, like Anish said, spread the wealth, spread the knowledge. And we are so excited to see you guys this weekend. It's going to be a great weekend. So like Anish said, if you have any technical difficulties, contact me. But the link is live for the 197 first 3 people, and then it's getting shut off. So
Yes.
I hope you are one of those 3. Like Anish said, only 5 seats left. We'll probably send another email out this afternoon. So you guys, last call. Let's make this happen.
Last call. Exactly. And especially you guys, 2025, you guys said you want to make more money. So make money with us. So again, thank you so much. And we'll see you soon, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.